Woo. Okay. I'm live. Let me check the volume and everything. Make sure you can hear me. Can you hear me? Hear me? Oh. All right. I am being heard. Okay, that is good. Perfect. Don't think anyone will be on, but we'll see. I'll see. It's late. It is late, but I wanted to come on just because I'm never dressed up on camera. Just wanted to be on, but we'll see. We'll see. I will wait. I think the video details should be okay. Hope my upload will go well. Just checking. Everything looks okay. Want to make sure. Just want to be sure. Yeah. Okay. Late night. Maybe I should put that in the title. I'll do late night pop-up. Because it is a late night. Normally I'm not going live this late, but I was like, I'm already moved to the Gold Coast this year. If that is Australian dollars, for a yes or no question, I believe the conversion is, let me look at that up. Let me switch it. Should be like $7.90, $7.66. But I don't know how they do that on YouTube. If you can do 5 more, then that would be good. And I can answer your yes or no. Because it's $5 for yes or no in US dollars. Okay, just want to make sure that that is clear. US dollars for UXOXO her. Okay, good. Thank you. I forgot. What time is it in Australia? I know that you guys are ahead. Oh, wow. It's like almost afternoon there. All right. Okay. Will I move to the Gold Coast this year? Let's get started. Let's see if we can get more details. Okay. We got the Ace. Don't know if you can see it. I got my little blur on. Ace of Cups. It only let me send 3 or 8. It's midday and afternoon. All right, we'll go into a little bit more detail then, you know. Good afternoon to you. It's night here. Almost 10 p.m. All right. Ace of Cups came out. Let's see. We got the Page. Let me get my face. Page of Cups. And we have the 2 of Swords. And I pull one last card. Okay, this card wants to come out. And the 7 of Pentacles reversed. So to me, obviously your heart is in moving to the Gold Coast, but you may have to reassess any sort of financial situation. There may be some things or expenses that you're not thinking about, because sometimes we get the Seven of Pentacles to represent kind of being like not fully doing all the research into an investment, and moving can be seen as an investment. There's a lot that goes into it. So it's not that you can't move this year. It's just that things may be a little bit more delayed than you would like to. Like if you want to move during the summer or fall, it might be ending up like during the winter, just because there may be some financial, I guess, barriers that you may need to overcome. It obviously shows that you have a lot of excitement towards it. It can be very good for you. This can be a very exciting time for you, but really think hard when it comes to any sort of financial things that you might have to consider when it comes to moving to the Gold Coast. You know, sometimes I often get the Seven of Pentacles reversed to represent kind of jumping the gun, meaning like, yeah, you may have had like a lot of great success and good opportunities here, but the Gold Coast may not have as many opportunities in terms of jobs, or maybe, you know, certain prices of groceries are higher, or, you know, maybe gas costs more, bills might cost more, something along the lines of that. But it does show that you're likely to move. It's just going to be a little bit delayed. My boss suddenly decides he wants daily up of everything we did and our plans for the next day. Where's this coming from? Is he in danger of losing his job or something? Oh, he wants like daily reports every day. You're welcome, XOXO her. Every time I think of XOXO, I think of Gossip Girl. All right, let's see what we did and our plans for the next day. Yeah, that's a very like agile project management style, where you say, this is what I did today, this is what I doing the next day, this is any challenges I've had. We have the Five of Swords, we have the Five of Cups. So that, yeah, there may be some issues. And the Ace of Swords. So there's likely to be some office politics behind the scene that is going on. It seems to me that your boss maybe feels a bit betrayed by somebody. Maybe somebody feels like, maybe he felt close to someone, a higher up or something along the lines of that, or even somebody who's on his level. But it looks like the support he thought he had, he doesn't really have, to be completely honest. You know, the Five of Cups obviously represents a loss, represents grieving. And in this case, for him, it feels like he may have lost the trust or of maybe higher ups, or like I said, whoever he reports to, or he feels like he can't trust those around him. And so essentially, you know, you guys are getting the trickle down effect of the conflicts that he's experiencing when he's having these conversations with those above his head. There seems to be a lot going on there, a lot of harsh words going back and forth. I just pulled the 10 of Swords here. Yeah, just the strong feeling of betrayal, conflict. Oftentimes, this can represent that they may not be appreciating the way that he's doing things, because I often get the Five of Swords to being undervalued, underappreciated. So they don't really like, you know, the ship that he's running. And so there's been some critical feedback towards him. And that is the reason why that you guys are going to have to, you're having to do these sort of daily reports and plans for the next day, because this is coming from someone who is either higher up than him or at least on the same playing field. And they're probably looking at him and saying, hey, you know, the way he's running his team, XYZ is happening. And the way to combat it, I guess, for him is to make sure that he is in the know when it comes to everything, so that he has clear things to report. And definitely we have the Hierophant. When I get that, it definitely shows that it is the company. It's definitely a change in culture. This is probably not even just his department. More than likely, this will spread to other people as well. But it does show that this is a collaborative sort of discussion. Okay, there's quite a few people involved when it comes to wanting those daily reports of what's going on. It's not necessarily his idea from what I'm looking at the cards here. It's just him having to play by the rules. We got Justice here, and that's really what it is. He has to play by these new sort of company rules, and that's what's going on with your boss. So it's not him, it's, you know, people above him. He's got that weight. He's got that pressure coming down on him. Yeah, they're definitely not liking how he's doing things. I'll say that. So sorry that you have to deal with that, NC. You know, just make sure that you are staying up to par with everything that you're reporting and do your job. Just go with the flow. I think he would prefer a different style of management because to him, he doesn't feel like this is necessary. I think for him, he feels as though this is kind of like bringing the team apart, and it creates a lot of distrust. But man, that's tough. That's definitely tough to, because now it may feel like you're being micromanaged. May feel as though, you know, it's not a very transparent atmosphere. Sorry for the sudden shift that everything is going through. Just trying to make sure. NTE still there? Because sometimes my comments haven't loaded. And make sure you guys are watching the latest video. I did the June 2025 readings. I have just finished the summer readings and I'm uploading them. Yeah, he said, yeah, I'm here. Will he get fired? Maybe if he doesn't follow the rules, I'll pull a card for that just to see, you know, if we can expand. Two of Wands. He's kind of like on the fence here, to be completely honest. I don't think he's going to outright get fired, especially you've got the Queen of Swords, but they're contemplating maybe moving in a different direction, but it's not quite there yet, okay? It's not quite to the point where they're like, we're going to fire him. It's more like if things don't improve, then there may be some issues and he may have to be replaced. But it's not there yet. I'll say that. I'm sorry you have to go through that. I know what that's like to have to, you know, write down everything you've done. I do that all the time now because, you know, I've had some, you know, micromanager bosses, and I'm sure it comes from higher up. Maybe not all of it, but some people it does. So just write down everything you do, you know, have it all set, and I think you'll be good. You're welcome, NC. And I can't wait for you guys to see the summer 2025 readings. I might just do the seasonal ones for this year because I think the monthly ones might cover it more. But I like doing a whole summer vibe, you know. Maybe every now and then I'll do it. But, you know, I do like the summer vibe, the seasonal vibe. For spring, I'm going to do one for fall. I'm going to do one for winter. So hopefully you like those as well. And don't forget, I'm still offering private readings. So if you want a private reading, the form is below. It should still be open if you already want to view it. And I hope you guys are having a great Memorial Day weekend. Hope everything is going well. I know I'm on late. I'm on late. Woo. Just shuffling away. Make sure I get the energies right. I'm so glad that some of you guys are here. I know some of my astronauts are all over the world, so I think having the different times is good. I'm more of a night owl, so coming on at night is just like my vibe. I like it the most. It's hard for me to get up early, which I want to do to get some of you astronauts because I know that I have some ones all over the world who, you know, they stay up late and it's like nighttime when it's daytime here. So I got to switch it up for you guys. Look, the Chariot came out. Chariot says it's a good idea. All right. Hope everything is going well, but let me just sit here. I'm just like, I always just shuffle too much. But the energies just flow through me. Ready to answer. Let me make sure that reset the energy here. Okay.
I wonder what cards those were. Justice. I thought another card fell, but maybe it didn't fall. It's from another card deck. All right. That song stuck in my head. I swear a card fell, but maybe I'm imagining things. All right. I might be. Hey, Avi. How are you? I hope your weekend is going well. Depending on where you're in the world, it might be Monday. Whoop. Let me scoot closer. There we go. That's better. How many cards is the yes or no? I've never counted the cards. I just kind of pull until I get the answer. So the last yes or no was about 5 cards.
Because sometimes the universe has a lot to say. Okay. Sounds good. I have that song just stuck in my head, Once Upon a Dream. And I know it's true that visions are seldom all they seem. But if I know you, I know what you'll do. You'll love me at once, the way you did once upon the dream. Don't know why it's stuck in my head. Let me go to PayPal. Make sure I got it. All right. Let me make sure. Okay, Avi, what is your question? If there's no one here, you can read it out loud. I'll just keep it in my, okay. I won't say it out loud then. Okay. Okay, we have the Ace of Wands and the Knight of Pentacles. Then we have the, Eight of Cups and the Chariot. And then the 10 of Swords. So I do not believe that this person is going to come back, because we have a few cards representing endings and beginnings here. But what I do see is that you're likely to meet someone else, just because when we have this Eight of Cups and Knight of Pentacles and the Chariot energy, it indicates the cards are saying that something or someone better is coming along that will bring about more excitement for you, that will give you that sort of butterflies in your stomach, that brings about more fun, happiness, excitement, very wand-like energy here. And the Eight of Cups is always about moving on to better. And the Chariot is obviously victory, success. And when we have this 10 of Swords, it's leaving like a lot of pain, frustration, and heaviness behind. And I really do think that that is coming for you. Now, it's coming a little slowly because we have that Knight of Pentacles here, but that doesn't matter, because when you get it, you're going to feel, what's the word for it? Elated, over the moon, like things couldn't be better, especially feels like you have gone this long, vigorous road to make a connection, especially with the Chariot card there. Just a lot of, I get you. Yeah. I'm so sad that that has happened to you. And this person, treated you this way, because it's just not right. It's just not right. But I feel as though there is just going to be good things to come. There really is. Yeah, that's the hard part. That's why I think, that type of behavior is uncalled for, because it just leaves you wondering what's going on and, what happened. Well, I wouldn't say in vain, but it's more like, there's better people and there's better options coming, for sure. And I think it's good to be able to, sit with your feelings and recognize that something hurtful has been done to you. So it's not that, it's just that you have to grieve, and you have to let things go in your own way, in your own time, but don't feel the need to, rush. But there's definitely someone out there who can treat you a lot better, and they're coming in. I do want you to know that there's a lot brighter days ahead of people who will treat you with way more respect for your time and efforts. But take a moment to just pause and reflect, okay? All right. You're welcome, Avi. Hey, Brian, how are you? Let's see. How does Amanda currently feel about me? Okay. For a sort of more in-depth reading, Brian, it would be 10, but yes or no's are 5. So if you have like a question like, does Amanda feel this way about me, yes or no, then I can answer that. Like if you want to know if she has strong feelings. Okay. How does Amanda currently feel about me compared to Anthony? Let's get into this. All right, let's see. Oh, one more. Okay. This is you. We have the devil. We have death card here. And Anthony, we have the 5 of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles. I'm going to pull one more card for you and Anthony. This is you and this is Anthony. All right. So how Amanda feels about you is, I feel like Amanda has a strong attraction towards you, especially with the devil card there and death. To me, it looks as if with this 3 of Wands here, you know, maybe Amanda is waiting for the next move, the next step, things to, you know, for you to like come towards her, ask her out, make a move. Like essentially, that is the feeling that Amanda has with this death card here. That represents quite an intense emotional attraction, and I think she may have like a strong, you know, physical desire towards you, especially since we have some wands there. In comparison to Anthony, since we have the 5 of Pentacles and the Ace of Pentacles, and this 8 of Pentacles, for me, those aren't really like romantic cards, especially the 5 of Pentacles. That represents feeling a bit neglected, feeling out in the cold, feeling like this person is ignoring you, or even just feeling like you don't have a real connection or a lot of support from this person. In a way, it's possible that Anthony is not really open about their feelings. There's no real sense of intimacy with Anthony, at least not on an emotional level, versus with you. I feel as though she feels as if there is potential to grow in the area of intimacy. Also with Anthony, to me, it's almost like she feels things are very slow and that she has to analyze everything and kind of wonder, you know, what exactly are his intentions or where things are even going, because the Ace of Pentacles is so new, as well as it's very slow, it's very delayed. It may feel like it's hard to get off the ground. And when we have this 8 of Pentacles there, it does represent looking at someone from all different angles. So there is a sense of trying to like figure this person out. It's like, I don't really understand this person. They're not giving me much to work with here. So it feels to me it's like Anthony may be slow to open up or even to make a move here. So I think that given the cards, that Amanda has a lot stronger feelings towards you, especially since we have that death card and the devil there. And that can also read that as being sort of like, you could read it as like Saturn in Scorpio or even Mars in Capricorn, or just read them separately as Capricorn and Scorpio. But essentially, she may feel as though this has potential to build, like this has potential to go somewhere. There is potential for your relationship to grow and expand, whereas with Anthony, she's just not sure. She doesn't know where that might be leading her, or if that's even worth the continued time and effort, because things are just so they're not moving at the pace that she would like it, to be honest. But I do feel like she has stronger feelings towards you, if you want to know. It's at the very least a stronger attraction. But let me know if that resonates, Brian. Okay, good. I'm glad it resonates. I'm going to have to wish you the best too, I hope that, you and Amanda get to spend more time together, get to build your connection. I'm sending you luck. Is Amanda going to leave Anthony? Okay. Whoa, what card was that? That flipped around. We have the 7 of Wands. The 9 of Wands. And the 9 of Pentacles. So my answer is she will, but it's going to be a while before she decides to leave Anthony, especially since we have the 7 of Wands and the 9 of Wands, and both of those cards are about defending your position. So to me, it's going to seem like she's going to fight hard to stay in the relationship. Maybe she feels like she's already invested a lot of time and energy, especially since we got the 8 of Pentacles there. And that is definitely a card of already previously having invested a lot of effort, energy, time, whatever the case may be. But ultimately, since we have the 9 of Pentacles here, it does show that at some point she will leave the relationship. It just won't be anytime soon, despite the fact that there may be some frustrations here, because the 7 of Wands and the 9 of Wands are not easy cards. That is about endurance. That's a lot of conflict there. That's about, striving to have a word in, to be heard, to be seen. So to me, it feels like she's going to continue to fight for this connection until she just feels like she can't fight anymore. And then she's going to leave. So it will be a while. I'll say that. But yeah, Death card, it will come to an end ultimately. And I will say with the Wands, sometimes it's kind of like your ego's a little bit involved, right? It's like, I don't want to give up. I put so much time and energy, and I feel like that's her mindset with this. Because to get the 9 of Wands and have this wounded warrior card representing, your connection to someone, that's not exactly ideal. That just represents that you have, battle scars from a relationship, that it's very taxing and exhausting to her. But despite that, she's going to try to fight to stay until she can't deal with it anymore. Whatever it is, Amanda's definitely strong-willed. I'll say that. She gives it her all. Said, hey, Brandy, I just asked about Anthony last time. You ended up being right about him. Oh, remind me. I do so many readings. I got to be reminded, guys. I got an old brain. You said we ended things amicably. You said there were better guys out there. Did you find someone new? And I'm glad it ended amicably. So I haven't found someone new yet. We just ended things tonight. Oh, I'm sorry, Sarah. I know that's tough, getting over a breakup. That's really tough. Okay. Oh, Brian has a question. How did Amanda feel when I saw her a few days ago? And Sarah, take the time to take care of yourself. Yeah, put it in the super chat. Or PayPal or Cash App, either one. How did Amanda feel when I saw her a few days ago? Two of Wands. Page of Pentacles. The Star card. That's interesting. Because to me, with this Page of Wands a few days ago, she was ready to make a bold move. Like the Two of Wands is somebody who kind of already has one foot out the door, to be completely honest. And then we have this Page of Pentacles energy, which is feeling like, hey, I want to go out in the world and I want to do something. I want to focus on things that make me comfortable, that give me a sense of stability, that make me feel grounded, make me feel connected, make me feel good about myself. So she was feeling a little bit shy, but a little bit of confidence. Okay, there was some amount of confidence boost there. And then with the Star card, there was this peace. There was this feeling of contentment and hopefulness for the future, and wanting to try something different and basically go out there in the world. So she had this feeling of like, hey, maybe if I try something new, things will be different and I can have just basically a more peaceful and happy life, especially with that Star card going on there. So she felt pretty great a few days ago. And then let me see what she was feeling, towards you. We have the Knight of Pentacles and the Empress. So that shows some pretty strong feelings there, where she's feeling like, okay, you're reliable. You're someone who I feel a strong sense of care, affection, cherish. I cherish you. I feel as though I'm happy around you. You make me happy. Like these are all the Empress types of energy. I feel comfortable in my own skin. I feel like I can be myself. I may be a little bit nervous, especially with the Knight of Pentacles, because they don't know everything. So sometimes they try to overcompensate. But overall, her feelings towards you were quite pleasant and very loving. And she just kind of felt like, hey, I want to nurture this relationship. So it's interesting that she she has this sort of state of mind of wanting to move in a different direction and wanting to make a bold move and wanting to honestly go in a completely new direction and open herself up to new connections, because that's what the Page of Pentacles is all about. I'm just going to pull another card here. Oh, perfect. We got the Empress and the Emperor. So yeah, she just felt like really like, oh, okay, I've met someone who just truly gets me, who is in the same vibe, who's in the same element. We see eye to eye. It feels like we have a strong partnership. We have a deep connection. So she felt all of these really great things towards you and feelings towards you, which makes sense as to why she has this Two of Wands here, where she's like, oh, I got one foot out the door, but one foot, stuck with the person that she's with, Anthony, right? So I don't know what the decision, what's holding her back. I'm thinking, she doesn't want to feel like she's given up on the relationship, but her feelings towards you are quite deep and impactful and meaningful. She feels like you guys have a natural chemistry. I mean, it's in the cards right here. I don't often get the Emperor and the Empress together. But let me know if that resonates, Brian. All right, I got to get to SSS's question too. Career predictions for the rest of the year, please, Brandy. Thank you. All right. Yeah. She obviously has deep feelings for you, Brian. You're welcome. And I'm wishing you the best of luck. All right. SSS. Let's see those career predictions come through. We have the Four of Cups, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Three of Pentacles. Love when I get Pentacles in a career spread. And then we have the Five of Cups and the Emperor. Okay. So what I see here with the Four of Cups, Ace of Pentacles, Three of Pentacles, Five of Cups, and then the Emperor here is, it shows like obviously either maybe going on right now or just the early months, June, etc. It shows that you may have some opportunities out there, but it's nothing that you feel is really exciting for you, or not really anything that you want to grab or invest your time or energy in. When I get this Four of Cups, when it represents jobs, it usually represents like opportunities that aren't exactly what you're looking for. Maybe it's not the right pay. Maybe it's not like the right environment. Like if you're looking for hybrid or remote, you may just see things that are in person. It may not be, the right type of responsibilities or companies, or their values don't align with yours or something like that. But whatever the case may be, it just shows that you're not satisfied with either the job roles out there or even your current job. Said, I'm having issues with my new boss. Yeah. I'm not surprised there. It's usually our managers and our bosses that make us want to leave. Rarely the company itself. But to me, obviously, it does show that dissatisfaction with the current work environment, and even with the potential job search. We do have the Ace of Pentacles and the Three of Pentacles following each other. And that to me signifies an opportunity, obviously, with a new job coming in, right? Ace of Pentacles, new work opportunity. Three of Pentacles, working together at a company, you know, with people, coworkers, and things along the lines of that. Five of Cups is not necessarily bad. It just may mean either one or two things. It may represent that you kind of go close to coworkers at your new job, and maybe someone leaves, they find a new position, and you're sad about it. You know, we all have, you know, coworker friends that who, if they left, you would be pretty much grieving that. You'd have a sad thing going on. It could represent job loss, but I don't really see it too much as job loss. To me, it just represents a change in the work environment in general, especially with the Five of Cups. Just means things shift around in the work environment. But it's not a bad thing because the Five of Cups and the Emperor follows the Five of Cups. So obviously, at some point in the year, this does represent a raise in responsibilities. It represents a change in your status. So whether that be, you know, you getting promoted, whether that be you taking on a new role that has more duties, whether that be, you know, you move to a supervisory or managerial or director position, depending on your role, there could be some of that. The Emperor is always somebody who's very proactive and has a lot of work to do. And also, I love this card because it shows that at some point in the your job this year, you start thinking even more long term. The Emperor always thinks like 4 years, 10 years, 9 years, whatever, 20 years down the line. And so it shows to me that you really start thinking very hard about your future. But it does represent, you know, having a great amount of work. The Emperor card is connected to Mars. Mars rules energy. And so it does show that, you know, more than likely further along in the year, you're going to be grinding. Okay. I loved to stick it to him by leaving with a new job because he needs me and he knows that. Well, you are going to get that new job with the Ace of Pentacles and the Three of Pentacles. So there will be that opportunity for you. And like I said, more than likely, either at this new job, or in some case, I don't think you'll lose the job. I do want to clarify. Ace of Swords might be that you purposely leave it behind for another job. Okay. It's like you might get a new job, then there may be a new role opportunity, and you may get a better position or something. Because the Ace of Swords is usually something you might do yourself. It can represent cutting things off, especially the Five of Cups. It can be like, I'm grieving something that I decided to get rid of or something along the lines of that for a better opportunity. So I don't think it's losing a job. It'd rather be something like gaining a job. So you may gain even another role this year, depending on how things go. That's what it's looking like to me with the cards. Okay. But there's definitely a new job coming this year. And by the end of the year, it does show that you are, you know, stepping it up. You know, you're going to a new level in your career, one that has a strong sense of duty and responsibility. And yeah, at first, it's going to be a little bit like, oh, I'm nervous, but I think you're going to get a strong handle on things. Okay. He's been giving me a headache. Yeah, you're going to get your way out of that job and find someone, find a new place, okay, where they won't be such a headache, okay? It doesn't show your next role having somebody being such a pain. If anything, it would show that you like the people around you because they're very focused on their work. Said, love your makeup look, by the way. You look gorgeous. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. All right, Sarah, let's get to your question. I know you've been waiting. I want to get excited about my next romantic partner. Can you describe their personality, when we'll meet and how, possibly through online dating? Let's see. Let's describe your next romantic partner. Sarah's next romantic partner. Okay, this is it. We have the High Priestess. So your next romantic partner is definitely someone who's a little bit quiet and mysterious. Now, it's quite possible that they're, very spiritual as well, but definitely 100% the High Priestess is someone who doesn't reveal too much about themselves. Maybe the strong silent type here, but this person is not a talker. They're more of an observer, and they might be more than likely very studious here. And we have Justice as well. So when they do decide to open their mouth, they're very good about communication. This is somebody who has a very diplomatic way of speaking, not a very harsh tone. And this is not someone who goes about being very direct. Okay. That's not their type of speech. They're more than likely going to try to word something in a way that is going to be pleasant, that is thinking about what the other person might be hearing. So, very much having a sort of balanced perspective. And I love that this person is likes to play fair. Okay, they want to be able to see other people's perspectives. They have a very sort of understanding demeanor about them. And with Justice card there, we already know that this person has a high set of principles. Okay, right? There's no way you're getting the Justice card without having somebody who is very, what's the word I'm looking for? Not very, I'll say very well educated when it comes to who they are as a person and what they stand for. Okay, that is what I want to say when it comes to the Justice card. It's all about things being fair. It's all about trying to remain balanced, everything in moderation with this person. That is how they feel about things. And something tells me that this person is very particular about, what they choose to consume as well as like the media that they watch. They're very careful when it comes to messaging or who they spend their time with. They're very selective individual in that way. Okay, so I do want to say that. When it comes to you guys meeting, we got the 8 of Cups. And so I do need a clarifying card for that. 8 of Cups, Knight of Pentacles here. Trying to get that in front of my face. Knight of Pentacles here. So when it comes to when you guys will meet, it's a little bit further down the road. It's not necessarily the longest amount of time, but with the Knight of Pentacles, I know that's a steady card. I know it's a card that's pretty slow moving. It's a card that likes to take its time. And the 8 of Cups generally just resonates with when you finally have, left a place where you fully said goodbye, more than likely to your previous relationship, because I know, like you said, you just ended things tonight. And so when you get to a place where you're fully kind of emotionally over that relationship, that's likely when this person is going to come in. We got the Star card for, how you two are going to connect. The Star card definitely connects to online for sure, but it also connects to friends or even sort of being invited to large events. So a large event could be a concert, could be literally anything, a car show, just anywhere where a large gathering of people are. That is the Star card. And then sometimes I get the Star card to generally represent things that are like glamorous. Any sort of, what's the word I'm looking for? Like a gala or something like that. That would be something that could be glamorous. Anything that's going to be upscale, anything that is kind of like awe-inducing would be the Star card. So that's likely the place that you guys are going to meet. And I do want to say, yeah, Five of Wands shows a lot of people will be around, so it's going to be pretty crowded. Or it can relate to online dating in the sense that, you know, there's a lot of competition or a lot of people when it comes to online dating, right? Like you get tons of messages, there's like endless swiping. So it's either going to be online or an event that is pretty crowded and busy. So we'll do one a little bit more about this personality. We have the 10 of Swords. So they're coming out of a place where they are ending sort of those negative patterns of thinking or even negative thoughts. This person is likely healing from the situations of their past. I love the 10 of Swords because it represents, you know, leaving all of that mental heaviness behind. You know, let's say you go through something traumatic and now you have a sense of paranoia or anxiety or even depression and resulting of those things. This person has done the work to do the healing, which is not surprising given the high priestess here. She wants to make sure that she's her best self when she's reflecting and doing all her studying and getting messages from the beyond. So this person is working on their healing from their past, from the things that they've gone through, from the hurts that they have uncovered. And they're really getting to know themselves and they're starting to build their confidence, especially when they meet you. So they're starting to feel better about themselves. They're starting to celebrate themselves more. They're starting to look at things in a more positive light when they meet you. So I really see a lot of that going on. And I want to pull one more card for them. This person's pretty creative and very friendly person, which I'm not surprised because we got the Justice card. The Justice card connects to Libra, and obviously Libra is the house of partnership and sociability. So this person is pretty friendly. They're very open to meeting new people. There's a sense of charm to them, maybe even a little bit of awkwardness with the Page of Cups, but overall, this is a well-meaning person. This is a person who would love to do something artistic. Obviously, they are open and expressive about their feelings, especially with the Page of Cups there. And so you do get a personality that is not afraid to be vulnerable and open up with what they're going through. So that is like the person you're meeting, Sarah, and the gist, you know, summing things up in that way. I really like the Page of Cups card. Very creative energy, very spontaneous, very, very much energetic, likes to laugh, generally kind-hearted. I generally get positivity with the Page of Cups. Said I'm excited to meet them then. They sound like a catch. I hope that they are the perfect match for you, Sarah. You deserve love. You deserve happiness. You deserve peace. I'm wishing you nothing but the best, and you are welcome. All right. I may have to close it out unless anyone else has any more questions. Thank you. I will have a good night. You too. Ooh. All right. It is 10:56. All right. Well, 10:57. I'll give it 3 minutes and then I'll close it out. You said I'm going to bed. I will too after this. It's time for rest. Good night. And take care of yourself. Like for will I pass overall in seam 4? I'm not sure what that means. Like for will I pass overall in seam 4? Semester 3. Will I pass overall in semester? Oh, semester 4. Will I pass overall in semester 4? Okay, I see. Well, I'll say kata ya yini. I think I'm trying to say it right. Kata ya yini or yini. Just PayPal, Cash App, or Super Chat, and I will answer your question. It is $5 US dollars and yes or no. And yours is a yes or no question. Okay. But let me know. Otherwise, I'm just going to close out. All right. All right. If there is no more questions, then I'm going to close out unless you wanted to do, Super Chat, Cash App, or PayPal, Katiani. But if not, I am going to close out the live stream. I will go live more than likely on Thursday this week and probably either Friday or Sunday. I'm going to try to do it twice this week. And I guess I count Sundays. I'm counting Sunday as this week because like next week, because Sundays, I don't know. I just feel like the weekends are part of the week, but I know Sunday's technically the start of the new week. But anyway, I will see you all next time. And don't forget to watch the latest videos. And I'll have a new video out Thursday, as always. If you want a private reading, just follow the instructions in the form below, and you will get everything that you need. I'm going to wish you all good night, good morning, good afternoon, and au revoir.